I looked into my dad's eyes. Dad, please, wait for me. I'll come back in a couple of months. Please, believe that.
يا بلدي، يا لك من مصير بائس. سوف أضطر إلى مغادرتك وأنا أذرف الدموع.
We knew that for the refugees to have produce a compelling performance, it had to be a text that they really identified with, but also for the therapeutic side of it, they were able to share their stories. They could identify with the characters in the play.
We left Syria in 2013 because of the war, and because I couldn't deal with many things around myself in Syria. So there was no choice. So I took my children and went to Jordan. In 2017, luckily, we came to Scotland through UNHCR project for human protection, because we were affected by the war and the condition in Jordan. We came to Scotland, and I found this country, and I'm still feel it's like I belong to this country, and we are really happy here. Finally, for the second time, we can feel safe and welcoming, and we can focus again about normal life, not about difficulties and the suffering that we face in Syria.
Trojan Women add to my character a lot of things. I have no idea about anything about this world, how to be an actor and how to be a playing. But I didn't imagine in any time I will be an actor in any time. But we have an opportunity to see what we can do. When we start, I take my decision to do something fun. Maybe this is a good opportunity to do something fun for you and for your family. But when we start to do our practice and start to write our rule and our story, I understand what that drama means. To produce your story and your suffering from the Trojan platform. This is a great platform to tell Scotland people or Scottish people who we are, at least, and who I am, and what my plan, and why I'm coming here.
Then when I came to Glasgow, I heard about workshop about just improve our drama skills and meet other Syrian who have same stories. And I read that on Facebook, and then I said, yeah, why not? It was first time to leave my home and to go to workshop like that. I like it a lot. It was in 2017 in October. Then I met Charlotte, Willie, and some friends. I love the way that we treat in this workshop and how we wrote our stories, how we shared deep things, which I couldn't speak easily with anyone, but the way and the drama skills and the way that they explain to us make us feel safe and comfortable to tell our story and without judgment.
The thing that's different about this project is because of the sharing their stories to build the text, they build their own story. So we don't take Euripides as straight. What the directors have always done is they have kept a few of the set pieces, the great soliloquies, the choruses, and then they've ripped the rest of it out and they've allowed the cast to build their own stories into the text of the play. And so by the act of doing that is in itself therapeutic. It's a therapy session. It's group therapy. They share their stories. They realise they are not alone in the world, that there are people who've had similar experiences to them, which even if you know that intellectually, actually you don't necessarily know emotionally until you're in the same place. And it's how all group therapy groups work. It's the same structure. And then by working the stories into the text of a play, and then literally providing them with a stage to stand on and perform that play, you are giving them a platform to tell that story to the world. And essentially, you're giving people dignity and a sense of purpose.
Well, I shared my personal story, which I think presents many Syrian women on the stage, because I spoke about my roots, my relationship with Syria, my relationship with my dad, how I said bye to him, how I didn't believe at all I will leave Syria forever, how the scene was between me and my dad and our fears, how we thought about everything, our expectation about the future, what he said, what I said. It was really real and deep thing. Then we have some scenes about the problem with protecting children and how the day when I left Syria, the border between Syria and Jordan, and how I felt when I couldn't say I'm Syrian. It's how I felt when I start to feel it's like stigma or crime to be a refugee. When I start to realize that I'm refugee here, I'm not Sana, and there is some changes entering my life again. And then there's scene about how you feel as a refugee for first time, and how it's really, how the taste of this thing inside your heart, inside your body, outside with your children, how you can just explain to your children, you are a refugee now, and you don't have these rights much, and to protect yourself, and you have to accept bullying, losing everything just because of that. So there is a short scene, but deep, because my heart was in pieces, peace in Syria, peace with me, peace with my children, with peace in the future, and that's what I wrote in this play. Then we moved to Scotland, and there's scene why we came to here, how we were scared about coming to different country, different culture, different people, different language, how if they will accept us or no, if they will deal with refugee or no, if they would like to have people or no. All these things, I wrote it honestly without any changing. Then how we found the life here, how we built relationship with Glasgow, with Scotland, how we have friends here, how they treat us, how we started to feel that we have root here in short time, and why.
When we first started raising money for this project, I had some people come to me and say, this is a total waste of time. Why are you trying to do this? It's not going to make any difference to anyone. You'd be better off just spending the money on food, tents and blankets. And my response to that was, look, I think what we're going to do here is to help people regain some self-confidence and self-identity. You really have to focus on that because it is key to the mental well-being of people, and it's key to the stories people tell themselves about who they are. All culture really is just a form of the story we've told ourselves about who we are. And it's interesting in this moment of cultural turmoil that's the key question that immediately comes up. Who are we? Where do we come from? What are we doing here?
That's what the cast does. They hold a mirror up to the audience and they say, guess what, guys? We're you. This was our life before the war. This is your life now. And we're here because this extraordinary and awful thing has happened to us. And it could happen to you.
You can help others to understand your issue about Syria and about prisoners and about why we are here today, why we want to speak and to make people hear us, and why we need to give voice to my dad or people who are in the prison today, and Syrian lost them. We have no idea what happened with them.
I have general message for all political makers around the world. If you are not a part of the solution, 100% you are a part of the problem. You have to do what you can to do. I know I can't say, please stop the war, that's not enough. We have to do and we have to learn our kids and our family how can accept other to stop the war from its roots. This is the problem, this is the message, how we can learn or teach our family and kids. You have to accept other and love other. I think on my experience, I think all our problem, we can fit it with love. My suggestion for the culture minister, please try to find any way to build college of love. We have to create a science speak about love community and love culture. We have to break this culture between the people. If we can do that, we can stop it all the war around the world. And you will never face any other refugees.
Lots of people have no idea about what happened in Syria, or they sometimes said, well, it's a political problem. No, it's not a political problem at all. It's like a humanitarian problem. We have to deal with Syrian problem as we deal with environmental problem. I think many people can go out and they said, well, we have to protect the earth. Yeah, sure, we have to protect the earth, but we need to protect these children everywhere. We have to stop this killing machine. We have to speak something. We have to go and demonstrate in front of this Security Council. We have to say veto should stop. Veto should stop and protect these dictators and keep many people inside the prison just suffer and die as the numbers. We are not digital as a Syrian or as a people anywhere. I hope people everywhere can hear my voice, can understand Syrian, can understand how important if someone in Syria killed or die, in that way that will affect the whole world. All the people around the world will have problem if they just cover their eyes and said, well, it's political problem. No, it's not political problem at all.
غني يا عروس الشعب أغنية جديدة مع القروضة، مرثاة حزينة تصحبها الدموع، فالآن يجب أن أجدو بأغنية من أجل طروادة، أغنية تحكي قصة دمارها وكيف باتت أسيرة بائسة تحت وطأة الرماح. تماسكوا، حافظوا على قوتكم فيما يغير القدر طريقه، تقبلوا مساره الجديد واتبعوه وابحروا معه، تابعوا الإبحار، سوف يدير القدر سفينة حياتكم.
إنها نهاية الألم، إنها قمة البؤس والشقاء. ها هم يحرقون مدينتي ويأخذوني بعيداً عنها. فليشهد العالم على هذه المعاملة الوحشية التي لا تليق بكرماء مثلنا.
I'll never forget the day I left my dad. Everything stopped on the stairs of my home. My dad's face, his eyes, his words. I can't forget what he said and how I felt about him. I didn't want to believe him. The sun was turning red as it set, and it was so cold. I was praying inside my heart. I wanted to hug him, but I couldn't. Why? Because it meant that I wouldn't come back, that he was right, that he knew what the future held for us both. I looked into my dad's eyes. Dad, please, wait for me. I'll come back in a couple of months. Please, believe that. I'll see you one more time. Then he left, just left. Time stopped. Everything was so dark. I couldn't feel anything. I looked at everything around me for the last time.
لا، دعوني هنا، اتركوني مستلقية على الأرض، فهذه الوضعية تناسب الآلام التي أعاني منها والتي يتوجب علي أن أعاني أضعافاً في المستقبل. يا إلهي، أنا أناجيك، أنا أطلب عونك. من المناسب أن ندعو الإله عندما نعاني من ألم كهذا. لا شيء سيساعدني بعد الآن، لا شيء. إذن لماذا تتحملون عناء رفعي عن الأرض؟ ما الذي تظنون أن بإمكاني القيام به؟ أي شيء تبقى لي؟ أي أمل تبقى لي؟ يا بلدي، يا لك من مصير بائس. سوف أضطر إلى مغادرتك وأنا أذرف الدموع.
كان مشكوك بعائلتنا لأنه كنيتنا بتشبه كنية عائلة كبيرة بتدعم الثورة، والله يشهد على الشيء اللي حقوله. كان والدي كتير خايف علينا، فأجبرني أنا وأهلي نطلع من البيت، بس هو ضل مفكر حاله إنه هو رجال كبير، إنه الجيش ما رح يقرب عليه. بعدها رجع النظام سيطر على المنطقة، فقلت لحالي لروح أخذ له شوية خبز. رحت على البيت بس ما لقيته، بلشت أدور عليه ببيوت الجيران حوالينا، كانت البيوت كلها فاضية ومبابها مفتحة. كل ما أدخل بيت جديد كنت لاقي عيلة مثل ما هي مقتولة. شفت اخوات 2 رابطينهم حارقينهم وهن عايشين. شفت عيال من 4 أشخاص مقتولين. شفت امرأة كبيرة بالعلم قاتلينها هي وجوزها. شفت امرأة مغتصبينها وقاتلينها مع أولادها 2 يمكن أعمارهم بين 5 و6 سنين. أغضب الناس اللي شفتهم كانوا كبار بالعمر. أنا بتطلع عليهم مثل ما بتطلع على بنتي الرضيعة. الختيار ضعيف مثل الطفل. وقت لقيت والدي كنت مصدوم بالشي اللي شفته، الأطفال والمحروقين والعيال المقتولة، لدرجة إني نسيت أبي، نسيت أحزاني عليك يا بابا.
شو أخذت اليوم مدرسة؟ كنت جالس بالتاكسي ونحن بجانب عائلتي وأنا في طريقي إلى قطاع دمشق الدولي. كنت حزين جدا وبدأت أشعر بأنني أودع كل شيء حوالي، أودع الحجر، أودع الشجر، أودع الناس، أودع الذاكرة. كان ينتابني حالة شعور بالبكاء، حاولت مقاومة البكاء لم أستطع، والحزن وأنا أغادر دمشق.